Hello again, Jules fans, and welcome back to Jules in the Blood TV. Going to have a look back at last night, a little bit of analysis of the 2-2 draw at home to AFC Wimbledon. Another frustrating end to a game where we've gone in front again after trailing. Plenty to talk about coming out of that, the fallout of that fixture. First things first, unfortunately, in terms of the goals we conceded again. Nothing's really changed. The first one looks to be very similar to Coventry's first at the weekend. It's a long diagonal into the box. They win the header at the far post. And unfortunately, looking back at the highlights, it looks like Ryan Jackson has just switched off and got caught the wrong side, allowing their fella to volley home and give them the lead. But from there, the reaction I thought was absolutely brilliant. We stated that in our match day live last night, straight up the other end, effectively. Rory Donnelly done great to win the first ball, flicked it into Daki's path, and he did the rest all himself. A great individual goal, driving forward and bending it in the bottom corner. It was great to see. I thought he was first class in everything that he did. And hopefully we can get him back to his best and consistently putting in performances like that, because God, do we need him and others to step up between now and the end of the season. We obviously then took the lead. Again, Rory Donnelly I thought done well, won the first header. Daki did great to spin his man and then release Ryan Jackson down the right. And it's good to see him being brave enough to get to the byline, and he's fizzed in a good ball. For Josh Wright, who's got on the end of it. I've looked again at the highlights. Josh Parker looks offside, miles offside. He stood right in front of the keeper as well, so I don't think there's a case for not interfering with play. But it's given, and obviously we'll accept that. We're happy with that. But it's a very good goal from our point of view. Unfortunately, second half. Literally seconds after Josh Parker got Rory Donnelly away, and Donnelly should score. I'm not digging him out. Confidence is low throughout the squad, but he should score. Why he doesn't go low and across the keeper, I'm not sure, or get it on his favoured foot, because he's got the time to do that. He sort of tries to hit it left-footed and it goes straight at the keeper at the near post, and he pats it down and falls on it effectively, and within half a minute Chris Hurd gets stuck under the long ball, misses his header, which is frustrating again. Then Max Amar allows it to bounce, causes us a problem. It's bounced into our box, and in fairness to Andy Bartram, who we all know well, obviously, from his time at the club, he does great to stick it in the bottom corner. Nelson had no chance. Back to Rory Donnelly and his substitution. I thought the reaction from our fans was absolutely shocking. He's missed a chance. He knows he's missed a chance, and he knows how big it is, especially with the fact that it's been compounded by them scoring so soon after. But our supporters cheering a player going off is about as helpful as it is clever. It's not either. It's ridiculous and it's pathetic, and I don't agree with it at all. It doesn't help anyone. It certainly doesn't help us in the long run. Let's just hope it doesn't happen again. I can understand that people don't rate him as much, but I think we mentioned after the game, would Cody McDonald have got so much stick if he'd missed it? Or he'd been bought off shortly after such a big miss? Probably not. In terms of the performance as a whole, I didn't think it was awful. We look to be a long ball side now. That seems to be how we play. I've got no issue with that if we win football matches. I don't care how we play if we win football matches, but unfortunately, obviously, we're not at the moment. It's now no winning 8, I think, 6 draws, 2 defeats. The gap's 2 points to the bottom 4. But we've created enough again to win the game. We've scored 2 very good goals first half. Second half, we've all spoke about Rory's miss. I'm not going to go on about it again. Josh Parker had one where he got it at his feet near the end, snapshot that the keeper saved. He just wanted him to spill it. I think it might have been Cody who was on by then, who was lurking in the 6-yard box for a tap-in. Mark Burns' header after Dak had led their fall back on a merry dance on the byline, stands it up brilliantly. And looking at the highlights, in fairness to Mark Byrne, I don't think he's got much space to hit. You might say he's got a case for going back across goal and past the keeper where it's come from, but he's got a split second to make a decision. He's tried to squeeze it in at the near post, and unfortunately it's hit the post and gone out. Again, it comes back to fine lines, and when you're down the bottom and struggling and you need a bit of luck, you tend not to get it. The other one was Scott Wagstaff's cross upon his introduction. He got played in, I think, down the right, had a touch, fizzed it in, and their centre-half almost turned it into his own bottom corner. But again, it's just gone the wrong side of the post and it's ended up in the side netting. Obviously, the two injuries that we picked up are concerning. Deji looked to go off with a groin injury. Let's hope that we've got to that before it's become a tear, and hopefully it's just a tweak, and with some treatment he might be available for the weekend or Tuesday. But obviously AD and the club doctors and physios will know more than I do. Sadly, Bradley Garmston's looked like a bad one again. You could tell by his reaction. He'd done well originally. I think he picked up the ball after intercepting well and went on a little run, and he just darted inside their midfielder and was trying to drive towards their 18-yard box, overhit it, and all of a sudden just pulled up holding the back of his left leg, I think it was, and just collapsed in a heap on the floor. Ed was in his shirt. Some said apparently he was crying, which is understandable. The season he's had in terms of injuries, and you can't help but feel sorry for the fella. He's worked hard to get back, and let's hope that we can get him back stronger again. But it looks like it may be a while. So in terms of Saturday, you think Paul Konchesky might come into contention again, despite seemingly being out of favour. But the other stories coming out of the game, not directly linked to that, were the signing of Oliver Muldoon until the end of the season. Adi said he's very pleased with him. Said he's had him on trial. He played in the friendly game against the Belgian side a couple of Tuesdays ago, and his application, his attitude's been first class. It looks like he can fill a couple of positions. So, and obviously link that to the other story, which was that J. Emmanuel Thomas has been released. Adi has since come out and said that it was his call to send Jet back to QPR. He thanks him for his services, but there seems to be a little bit more to it than just that. There was whispers in the ground last night. How true they are, I don't know. Of drunken, disorderly behaviour and being sent home, and something about a car prank. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know how true it is, but it does seem odd that he's gone from starting the last home game to within 7 days being released from the football club. So you would assume, hopefully, that Joe Quigley is imminent now. He played again on Tuesday, I believe. So that would be your 4 strikers now then, wouldn't it? And hopefully, obviously there's a little bit of wages available. Dare I say it, may we get a centre-back in? Because we need one again now if Deji's out for a couple of weeks, because it only leaves us with Chris Hurd and Max Amar as senior centre-backs. And the only other one on the books is Mitchell Dickinson. But I'm sure we'll find out more about that in the week. Anyway, that's enough of me today. Again, thanks for subscribing. We're over 80 now, which is mad in a couple of weeks. So thank you very much to all that have done that. Thanks to everyone that likes the videos, shares them, retweets them. All the feedback's great. Most of it's been positive, which is really good to know. So thank you. And until next time, up the Gills.